Hello everyone, it's D. Bailey. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching. Again, I truly appreciate your ear as I speak. I hope that you truly listen to the content that I'm bringing to you guys. If you're new to the channel, please be sure to subscribe, hit that notification bell, leave your comments below, like, and please be sure to share this content. All right, so I'm gonna hop into it really quick. This message is unapologetically to young men. Open your ear and please listen. All right. So what I want to convey to you today is the fact that your natural place in the family, in the home, has been swiped away from you. Okay. And I'm speaking specifically to those young men living in the home, dominated or, led by a woman. Okay. Which it happens. Okay, at this particular video, I'm not getting into why it occurred, whose fault it is, who's to blame. But it's highly rampant in today's culture. Even if it's not in your home, okay, it's being pushed in our culture, in our society, in schools, everywhere. All right. There's no denying that we live in a matriarchal, or have been living in a matriarchal culture, at least as long as I've been alive. Okay, even as long as my parents have been alive. Okay, I can give you plenty of examples, which I will do, if not in this video, in the near future. So again, please be sure to like, subscribe, go ahead and chime in, and go ahead and get connected so you're not missing anything on this channel. All right. So what's happening? Some of the attributes that you can definitely notice today. You're seeing high crime rates, okay, specifically in the black community, I will argue. All right, I'm a real estate professional, political scientist, and there's no denying it. I can present to you guys evidence all day long, which I plan to do. But because it's definitely obvious today, I'm not even going to put together, statistics in this particular video. But what's happening right now is your natural order is being pushed away. Our boys are becoming feminized. They are afraid to be the natural leaders that God ordained them to be. Okay. Specifically, again, if you're in a single mom home, your mother is likely become a disciplinarian. Okay. She has neglected her natural order as a nurturer. Okay, she's being forced to pursue income, pursue work by virtue of that natural man or that father not being available. All right, because of what I call hypermaternal sympathy. Okay, you're beginning to see the world through the lens of your mother, which is also causing a hate. It's a strong word, but I would say you're starting to establish anger against the man that has lost his position or have not taken on his natural role in the home. Okay, so what's happening is you're beginning to become groomed to be that what's the word? Those books, the romance novels. Okay, you're being groomed to fall into that position, to be that man that your mother or that woman idealizes in those books. Okay, even if she's not a reader of romance novels, what's happening is you're being groomed to be that man to fit her ideal. Okay, whatever that role she deems that your father did not play, that his failures, his shortcomings, that man that she wanted him to be, you're being groomed to be that. Okay, and it's causing you to not fill out that role that you're naturally designed to be. Okay, you're starting to see the world through a softer lens. Okay, which is nothing's wrong with being sympathetic to a woman, to anyone in society. All right, we all should have an adaptation to be a bit more sensitive, to be compassionate. However, when it comes to roles being played, your natural order, there are certain things that you should not be compromising. What should be taking place right now is the fact that you should be seeing the world through the lens of that man, okay, who's supposed to have met that expectation or fill that role, okay? We're not getting to why, again, he's not there or why that person's not there to fit the role. That's not for you to focus on, all right? You should be figuring out what that man should be, figuring out what that next progression is for you. You should be figuring out what that person would be doing or should be doing, okay? And doing that requires a level of, forgiveness. You have to figure out how to forgive that absence, okay? You should put yourself in that position. You have to find that way to put yourself in that position in order to say, okay, this is what I should be, not what my mother tells me it should be. Because we know that, she naturally can't instruct a boy on how to become a man. All right. I'm going to give you an illustration, or illustration that you possibly can relate to. All right. Many of you again have been reared or currently being reared in a single mother household. Okay. We know it's quite common, especially in the Black community. Your mother has given you a narrative of your father. Okay, it's just reality. You may argue that it's positive or whatnot, but we know that a narrative has been set in your mind about that man that left your home. Okay, it's definitely one-sided. There's a bias in there that you have to figure out what that bias is. Me specifically, I was raised in a single mother home. I was given a narrative about my father, and that narrative basically made its way through my entire family. And that narrative was negative. Okay? And the result of that is my view of him was, on the surface, it was shaped. Okay, on the surface, it was almost a fact. Okay, it was almost a fact of what that narrative was told. However, my personal experiences about my father was definitely positive. Okay, he was a great man. He taught me, all the skills that I know. I took them to a different level. But his DNA, I would say his DNA, there was certain things that I picked up from his experiences, that he did teach me. All right. And those experiences were definitely positive. Okay. Everything that, again, the discipline, the negative, it was almost, I found a way to confirm that based upon what I was told from my mother. Okay, throughout my entire family, I felt the disenchantment with my father. I felt the almost as though, I would like to say Satan spawned. You knew it, you felt it. Okay, you felt it wherever you went. That narrative was there. Okay, there were also experiences that kind of confirmed that narrative, but not enough to where you abandon your model, being that father. Okay, you're probably experiencing some of that, and the detriment of that is where you should be getting absolute authority, or that man should be given absolute authority over you, and that person should be rearing you and grooming you and providing that model for you to become the man that you should be, that next leader in your family. All right. Whereas that narrative been given, that narrative or that authority in the, in the matriarchal home is taking away that authority that you naturally need to engage the world as a man and to again be that next leader of the family. That's a cycle of life. Okay, that's just a cycle of life. Whether we want to debate that or not, truth is truth. All right. What's happening though, again, like I mentioned, you're giving the softer, you're being groomed to what that mother or that matriarch is telling you, you should be or what she wanted you to be. And it's creating a softer society. Okay, when you go out into the world to be the man that you should be, what's happening is you're not getting those tools. All right, you're not getting those tools that you definitely need to engage with other men. You're not totally prepared, unfortunately. And those, that's been my experience with it, and that's been my observation about it. Again, you are being robbed of your natural order. Okay, and to give you some insight, what's happening is, additionally, or why it's happening, a lot of women are being, if you go back further, if you go back deeper, you will find some issues with, the mother and men. Okay, whether it be physical trauma, all right, sexual trauma, or just some type of broken relationship with the father or another man. And what's happening is you're being softened. You're being, you're that test dummy. Okay, you're being the test dummy because you're viewed as property. Okay, you're being viewed as, this is my baby, my boy, my offspring, and that's not the way it goes. Okay, so this video is basically an urge, a severe urge for you to take back your natural order, your right. You have to, you got to stand firm and make the decision to be the man that, makes the decision that he's going to reach his potential. You have to do this in order to be who you are, or God designed for you to be as a man in both your home and as and within society. Some of the things you may notice in your experiences, if you're a young man, you don't relate well to other men. You may operate under the guise of, I'm a loner. I don't like being around other men because of blah, X, Y, Z. But what's happening is you haven't been given those skills and those tools to be able to engage with, those masculine tendencies. You haven't been given, a man hasn't been given ultimate authority over you as a child, and you don't know how to engage with authority. All right. Another thing you may notice is the fact that, with women, as it relates to women, you may have been in some turbulent relationships, all right? Some relationships whereby, you've been abused, or you've been, your voice, you're not able to operate as the man that you should be. Or I was just, in so many words, just unhealthy. And what's happened is, rather than making those decisions beforehand or making those firm decisions, you're sticking it out. You're subconsciously trying to rescue your mother. You're trying to, and you're trying to save your mother, basically. All right. You're putting yourself in unnecessary conditions, unnecessary turmoil out of trying to rescue your mother. And the reality is, look at Will Smith as an example. Go back to some of his videos. His trauma surfaced when he felt as though his wife was being abused verbally on stage by another man who was telling jokes. And it surfaced. There was no way around it. It just came up. That was his manifestation of that particular trauma. So again, you got to take back your natural order. You got to make the decision to reach your potential, to reach your ideal self. And again, guys, I hope this helped. I hope I made this clear. I hope I've wakened some of you up. I hope I've made this clear to some of the women watching this video that could possibly learn from what I put forth today. Hopefully it would make you as a woman a little bit more careful about some of the decisions that you make, especially if you are raising a son. All right. Those moods, those emotions, those random, those whims that you may go through, rather than acting upon them out of your selfish needs or your selfish desires or uncontrollable hormones, you have to put yourself secondary to those children, especially boys, okay? Because again, they're your children, but they're a gift from God, okay? And the way gifts work is that a gift should be invested in, especially a gift from God. You have to put yourself in the back seat and start living, making decisions for your children, not because you feel a certain way, not because it's just not a situation may not be comfortable for you. Okay. Again, if you're married, you're giving vows that you commit to, or you take vows that you commit to. If you are not married and you don't have children yet, again, continue to make those wise decisions to prevent having those children. If you have children and you're not married, make the decision, put those children in the best position to succeed. All right, because again, their life should come first now that they're on this planet. All right. Thank you guys for listening to this channel, this content. As D. Bailey Speaks, I hope that you listen. That's my prayer for you guys. Please listen, share this content, tap in. Please be sure to subscribe, jam that notification bell right now so that you are notified of future videos. Like, and let's hear your comments on this content. Thank you guys for watching. D. Bailey Speaks. You have a wonderful day. Peace.